The missionary sailing ship Remote Island Ministries Nativa is a dedicated sailing vessel of 122 feet in length and 280 tons displacement, built specifically for gospel ministry in Oceanic Asia, in particular the countries of Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Remote Island Ministries is a ministry that is devoted to reaching people on the edge, people who are in places that are very difficult to reach, except that you have a sailing ship that can go there. People also who need help in many different ways, including various humanitarian aid projects, such as water well drilling, also distribution of food and clothing and shoes and medicines. But among all of the things that we do in Remote Island Ministries, first and foremost is the ministry of the Word of God. For it is our intention to take the Word of God to people who hardly ever or have never heard the gospel message. In order to open doors among remote islands in these three nations, we're able to reach these places with various things that are needed. And in the event of natural calamities, we also serve in search and rescue efforts, again, all in the name of Christ, so that people will find the assistance that is needed in times of greatest need. Of top priority in many cases, of course, is to provide clean drinking water to people in villages that are very remote. Places, for example, where there is typhoid fever and various other kinds of waterborne problems, amoebic dysentery, things of that nature, where the people have been drinking contaminated water. And of course there are two things that can be done to resolve such a problem as that. The first and best thing, I believe, is drilling water wells. One of the wells that you're able to see pictured here is a well that we actually drilled about 6 years ago. It still is a very good well, functioning well, functioning to top capacity, so that people are able to have that water that they need for drinking. Another thing that we do very often is to provide water filters, and these kinds of filters are very simple, but they're also very effective to remove bacteria and various other things that cause a lot of illness from water. And water can be taken from rain barrels, can be taken from a lake or a river and filtered through the apparatus, and it makes very clean drinking water for the people, and that improves their health. That, in conjunction with bringing vitamins and various other kinds of medicines and first aid supplies, will all help to improve the physical conditions of the people. But we have found among these people that it's very difficult to minister to them spiritually when physically they're very sick and in many cases dying. In fact, in most cases, in the remotest of the villages, the death rate among children is about 60%. So it becomes a very critical situation, and most of it is because of contaminated drinking water. And of course, as our primary concern has always been, we long to teach people the Word of God. Children who learn to sing songs about Jesus and also enjoy Bible studies are being reached literally by the hundreds, and we intend to continue reaching them in every way that we possibly can. And among those things, of course, is Vacation Bible School and various other Bible activities and games and things of that nature that we conduct in remote villages such as the ones that you can see here. And thanks to the interest of God's people throughout the world, our sailing ship will continue to sail and to reach remote islands of these waters. And certainly there is no shortage of places to reach. In fact, we are situated in the middle of an area of some 24,000 islands, which forms the largest archipelago region in the world. So with your help, with the help of the Lord, and with a good vessel that is able to reach all of these places, we intend to continue to serve as long as we can. And we thank you so much for helping us to do this work, And we desire your prayers and certainly your questions and comments at any time so that you may have a better understanding of this method of reaching people on the edge, people who are really beyond the reach of any traditional means of ministry. And once again, we're so thankful that God has given us the ability and the opportunity to do this work. We're fully committed to it, therefore we say along. May God bless you all.